Hello, everyone. Good evening.
One of those yeshivas came today to me. I said to him, "You saying you're walking to the demonstration tomorrow?" He said, "I told him, well, depends. Whoever want to take the child,
Right.
okay. But the yeshiva is open. We continue."
Are we here in Flatbush?
Flatbush Yeshiva has four buses, full buses going.
Yeah.
There's a Sephardic shul on Kol Yaakov. There's two buses that the guy sitting here, somebody canceled, so he's jumping in. He's going in. I have three grandchildren. One from Chicago and two from here going. Okay, sure. Yeah, we need.
I'll take a safer.
Which one? This?
No, the safer.
Oh, the safer.
Sure. One for you and one for you.
And came out into what? That's what I want to give you this for.
Shakayach, you give me the shtiya every time.
I don't shak.
Hey, Mayim.
אין כלום. מים זה מים זה טרף.
Chodesh Kislev, Chodesh Hagula.
שלא תדעו לה.
Operating here, Besudas Tavis.
Amen.
So,
people. Why they don't come to know? I need more chizuk.
We used to have a big crowd.
Just big Shabbos again.
They're all preparing to go tomorrow to the
Please.
So anyway, Peiches Veilig, the Mashtat from. Where's Benche? Is here?
But we're here, Baruch Hashem.
Okay.
It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Years ago, when we started this year, it was packed.
15 people at least.
It was packed, the whole table. Okay, so Rabbi Say,
Wow.
we are on Simin Kuf Samach Zayin. It's page Taf Mem Gimel.
Tough.
Mem Gimel.
Still this must.
It's out apart.
Yeah, let's see it about. By the way, Maisa, you asked me a question last week about
If so,
that you should make a bracha. I think you asked me about making on a shalom, on a when you make hamaitzi, that there's a hiddur to make on a lechem shalom,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the chasanas and the restaurants, they're giving these little pieces by the sink. So I met Rabbi Mirazov.
What he said?
Where did I meet him? I met him somewhere a few days ago. Maybe I met him in. Maybe I met by 770 something. Yeah, and he told me that he doesn't think. He thinks that you should make. You should sit down, wash, and eat like a mensch.
Like the water were you eating, not
Take
like
the lechem on the table, the bilkele, make not to take a little piece.
But if you're in the restaurant, you have no bilkalach.
Oh, they're not giving you.
They don't give you bilkalach. They don't give you even bread.
But there's no reason.
I want to wash.
There's no reason to take a little. Yeah, but you can only wash if they're going to give you. You're going to eat kabeya. If you're going to eat 2 ounces.
So you eat two pieces. That's it. 2 or 3 pieces. They cut it small pieces. It's like a motzi. Most people just take 1 piece, a motzi, and that's it. So you take 2 pieces or 3 pieces.
What a slice? You need like
Not
2 slices.
Mamash pieces like
But
this.
you need like 2 slices to make al netilas yadayim.
Okay, so you take 2.
Okay, if you take 2, they don't give you 2 over there. They give you little crumbs. They give you.
Cup like this full. I used to cut their pieces and.
No, usually in restaurants they give you on the table like some bread. No more. They used to always give free bread.
Cost money.
Bread and water was free.
Cost money. Water even.
They give like a little types of little lachmaniyot. No more.
Very, very, maybe 1 of 20 restaurants.
So they cut down on this.
Some restaurant.
I can't tell because I go to a restaurant.
I was in Chicago in a restaurant before Sukkot. We went to my daughter. Went to a restaurant. They give you there, but The meal, you pay double and triple. They give you pickle, they give you the
Uh,
bread, nice three
yeah,
different
remember
bread.
years ago there used to be pickles on the table, like
Coleslaw,
yeah, basics they
you
give
go to
you.
Essex and Corner, they give you coleslaw and pickle. But they don't give you bread.
Okay.
So if you go to a chasana, better to wash and go to your place and make.
He
Wait
said
on a
it's
bit.
not like this is not Bechalal
But
that
you
a
don't
cheretz. He's
fresh
standing here, you're
Yashmin
taking
was
a bite, like he didn't like the whole thing. He said that should sit and have the lechem shalim and hamaitzi that a cheretz.
And many halls says the place to wash oil in the hall, not go out to the bathroom to
He
wash.
said like if it's far away, it's like in a different place.
Right.
And maybe like in 770 or maybe I'll return the Chassan hall. It's like another
You have to
room.
go to another hall. Right.
Another room. So he
Hallway.
said that maybe over there, but in general,
Better to.
he doesn't see any reason for it, and people should just better to sit down and eat like properly. You could take the bread from the sink and bring it to your table, where you don't have to stand there, like to eat like a man. She was saying.
Yeah, but even wedding, they have smorgasbord. They have no bread there. They have a million different things, and they give you the meal half an hour later when they give you the bilkalak and everything on the table.
Okay, then you have to bench. Then you have to bench and you wash again because you have to bench. If you want to wash,
Nobody does it.
no one's washing. So
Nobody.
they don't wash
They don't
today.
wash because they don't want to. They want to eat.
Today
I
we
never understood how could you eat in Schmogenbo and then eat again.
Yeah,
I never understood it.
but they give a small portion when you
Doesn't
sit
matter.
down and eat.
The
The
people eat
buffet
in
is big.
Schmogenbo so much, and then how could you eat in the meal? I never understood.
Jews are fresh.
Say good things.
a lot of things are changing. When my brother got married to Anjuzie, whatever, to Frank.
Yes, you just let's know.
Yeah, so that wedding they served buffet the whole thing. There was a
Just-
bilkula by every plate.
but if you want food, you go to the corner and pick up food.
Yeah,
Not
and
in it.
soup. The
Whatever
soup,
it is, whatever it is.
everything was there on the side. It was the only thing what I felt is that they put everything out at the same time. When you get served, you have first the salad, the fish, then you have the soup. And over here,
Look out everything.
everything's here. So what happens is there's a whole salad bar, and you have all these, and you have like the dressing on the side. But when you have people are hungry, right?
They'll go to the meat.
They go right away to the meat because they see the meat there. So and the soup, you're not going to take your soup
So
because
nobody touched the salads.
not that many.
Only
So
the healthy ones.
it looked very good. The salads was a lot, and you could get dips. But look what people saw in front of their eyes. They're hungry.
They did
They're
it
all
for the-
coming. They
for
go
the guy-
straight for the main
They
course.
did it for the guy to take the pictures, and that's it.
So they went straight for the
For the meat and finish.
meat, the rice, the chicken, whatever sesame. Everyone's going and taking plates, and then you're
Nobody-
full already.
The Syrians
And I
make-
see on the side there's two soups and the salads, but when the seder, that's what I saw the chiluk. When
When it's a buffet and this.
maybe the buffet they could serve first those foods and then
They
bring
saving,
later.
he's saving 5 to 7 wages. It's another $2,000. It's a lot of money.
Oh, but the waiter has to come to put the stuff on the buffet too.
That's part of the
And
guy. who
cleaning
make the food.
and doing-
No, that's the part the guy who make the
The
food.
Syrian, most of the weddings or the simplest make buffet. But they bring meat, veal chop, lipstick, heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's not fast food. Today, the portions. I know for bar mitzvah, the portions they're $50 a portion.
Used to be
How much?
much more.
How much?
So what are they charging for adults?
How much?
$50.
More.
Go to Sharet Zion. It's $150,000 minimum to start with.
Wow.
$150,000. And if you want this extra, but just to start, around
It's very
Cairo,
wealthy Syrian.
Very-
they make it fancy, schmancy, good food, stuff
Mm.
like. If you want extra thing, and some people, extra, it's another 20,000, 30,000,
Wow. Shit.
$150,000.
I know how to.
$50 a plate is the lowest of the low.
A small chicken and two
So
potatoes.
mice, I see that we actually started last week.
You made a bar mitzvah not long ago, right?
Yeah, I met on Sukkot, but we did our own.
Oh, because it's sukkah, because it was sukkah, so it was small.
Not only because no one wanted it was smaller.
Right.
I made small because it was sukkah,
Sukkah.
but I There was no caterers working on the Sukkot. They didn't want to
Right.
work.
No, nobody want to do a big.
Don't want to work. So
and also
I buy my
Shabbos,
food.
no?
I had to do everything myself.
But it's only family
So
probably
your wife
and
worked hard.
class.
Family class, very
So
smaller.
less
Would
than
you have
50
100
people.
people?
No, I had 50 men and
125.
35 women.
No.
You know,
Believe me, it's much better.
The kid was happy. That's the most important.
he only wants more presents, the boy. Okay.
So never cannot hear.
Right now, I had a chaver. He made a bar mitzvah this Motzei Shabbos. Same problem. Everyone, all the caterers are busy with the kinnis hashluchim.
Nobody wanted to make it.
No waiters, no catering. You do it yourself. Everyone is busy serving the shulchan.
Right, right.
So you have to buy the food and you have to get the tablecloth yourself. Everything you
Everything.
get yourself.
How many waiters in Kinnison Shluchim?
I was there.
I know. That's why I'm asking you.
About 300.
Waiters. Probably each two tables got a waiter, right?
Something like that.
And they
But
have
this
to
is
go-
Matzah Shabbos, the mitzvah. But they're also Matzah Shabbos. They're making Malapa Malka. They make it in the armory in near Crown Heights, between Crown Heights and Williamsburg, the Bedford Armory. So they made the Lava Malka there. So you need a lot of waiters to serve to so many people in Lava Malka.
Hundreds. You have about 3,000.
Just the shluchim, a lot of people. So he's serving
Every 10
so
people needed one
he
person.
couldn't find any caterers.
Yeah.
They said we can give you some food. You want food? Come buy some food from us.
You get yourself.
But you got it. We don't have waiters for you. We have nothing. You have to find yourself.
Wow.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, when you go to a chasana, take the food, the challah from the table and make a moitzi.
He doesn't think that this is such an Indian to go to take a little piece by the sink.
Only if it's completely far away.
Right. He said maybe.
What do you add in your son bar mitzvah? You have a motzi and
No, everybody went to the table and washed them
they
there
went straight to the table. Okay.
because it was close by.
Yeah. So we're holding page Taf Mem Dalid. Seif Gimel. Mitzvah min amuvchar levarich ala pas. Shehi Shlema. This is the halacha we were discussing. That it's the best to do the mitzvahs to make the brach on the pas complete bread. V'lei lepersa tchila v'achakach levarich alel. Im hiviu lefana Shlema. If you were brought in front of you Shlema, don't break it and then make the bracha.
From where we know we need the whole bread. Lechem Mishnah understood Shabbat. But here you're making a motzi. Why you need the whole one?
Special.
She's shlema. You specify it.
Covered of the mitzvah.
Mhm.
Ve'af im hiviu lefana prusa. Mitzvah levarich min amuvcha levarich ala kach kishi prusa gedayla. V'lo yifres man lacha bracha. See, it's not only Shlema. Prusa Gdaila to Prusa Ktana.
Bigger, better.
It's more chashiv. V'tzarich shetich lekol habracha v'oishi Shlema a Prusa Gdaila. So finish the bracha and don't in middle of the bracha break it. Finish the bracha first. V'gam acher shegama habracha v'yivsach yicha aniyas amin peiroi v'oinim. Im yoytze midei chevasim v'chasei. Shegam aniyas amin miklal habrachi. So if you have people around that are listening to your bracha, they're being yoytze, don't cut into the challah. Let's say by the Shabbos meal, when people are listening to Yamaytzi, don't cut into it till most people already said amen. Abal hamiyut hamarichim yoytze v'dai. Some people say amen later. Ein tzarech lahamten aleim shekol hamayich ba'amen yoytze v'dai ein ilatoy. It's a mistake. People say a long amen.
I didn't understand that when you make your bracha, I have 50 tables on the table. I have the two chalot. Everybody wash. I come to my table. I make hamotzi lachem. Then I slice it and give everybody.
Says better to wait till most people answer amen. Then you cut. Because they're being yaitz with your
I
bracha.
will not start to make the bracha if not everybody's sitting and
Right.
saying amen.
Yeah.
No, but you're cutting it. Shouldn't cut into the challah until everybody said amen. I mean, those are one hour.
Oh, second.
Yeah,
but
that's amen. It takes a second.
Put it straight.
The toiv.
I wanted to cut 50 slices.
No.
I need when they had 3 days Yom Tov, like Shabbat, Sunday, and Monday, for example, I used to get, boxes, egg boxes, 3 boxes of this big challah, maybe 30 challah, 30. Because each meal, you have 6 meals a day.
Right.
No, 3, 6, 9
Six
meals.
total meals. Yeah.
And I need each meal, just for hamotza, I need maybe 6 challah.
V'toiv
easy.
lachtech ma'at b'sakin rusas hamtzia min alechem koidim sheyasel levarech. It's best to cut a little bit into the hamaitzi, into the challah, before you make the bracha. Yifsek b'shehiyas hachita min bracha lachila. You start to cut a little bit, and then you finish cutting after the bracha.
Actually, make a sign on it, not cutting on it.
Over here, it's actually a little cut. We'll see that it's not our minute, right? We'll see soon. Ve'ein halechem chashuv kiparus ayidei chetach mute kazeh. You're just cutting a little bit is not going to make it no longer a shleima or no longer a prusa gedola. As long as as long as if it's still not cut so deep, and therefore you pick up one side, the other side still comes together with it. If you cut more, in a way, you'll cut the part that you're cutting off. The kikar won't come with it, it's a problem. Even if you hold on to the main part, the piece that you're cutting off will come with it. Still a problem. If it's cut off in a way that you can't hold on to it and hold the rest of the challah, it's a problem.
It's not a problem if I make hamotzi on this challah, and I give people from the other challah that I did not make hamotzi on. It's no problem there.
You should give them a little piece from the hamaitzi, the actual hamaitzi.
For the first challah.
Everyone should try to eat something from that, and then you can give them more from the others.
So the latest years when I did that, the challah, I cut the challah in the half like this, and then I have much more challah. That's what I did. But I was thinking, the hamotzi is only for this, not for this.
Yeah.
Probably easier to give everybody a little roast.
No, they have nice piece.
I'll give everybody a roll.
Roll? It costs me much more money. Much more money. Each one to this.
Go to the mitzvah, it's worth it.
Yes.
I was squeezing myself like this, Eddie. You want to eat more?
Baruch Hashem.
It's Hashem soon. You're going to be able to do it again.
I need to go for that.
You'll get waiters.
We'll be like washing.
Lefichach b'Shabbos v'Yom Tiv ein lachte klal b'lechem and la'achar bracha. On Shabbos and Yom Tiv, don't cut into the challah at all. Hishem et hashmit yode v'yachtach yoyse mikishir hazeh. V'nimse b'itzeya al batza al prusa. Or b'Shabbos arich liz lechem mishna shalom.
The big challahs.
Huh?
The big challahs. This is Stamel and they have this tiny. They're very dark sticking on the
We do. Yeah, we don't.
You don't do a ration at all, nothing.
Ration, not a cut.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The salt. I can take some salt, shaker, and just put in the top of the challah. I have to put on the side. Every slice I did, I have to dip it with it.
You could, but better not to. The Api Kabbalah, the challah should go into the salt.
The challah.
Take the challah into the salt, not the salt on the challah. I think the Rebbe one time did that.
Only Pesach.
By the Frierdiker Rebbe. That he one time, the Frierdiker Rebbe told him, challah into the salt, not the salt.
Only Pesach.
It'll take longer time.
Right.
And
maybe if you had
hamotzi, the last one get hamotzi, maybe 10 minutes.
Maybe in their case it's different.
It's
It's a big crowd. Maybe people could do it on themselves.
I always was looking what to do easier, not only for me, for the people.
Okay, if it makes a big hefsek, maybe it's different.
So to make it easier, you buy a lot, like we know we sell and this way everybody could make his own.
But they also with my bracha.
They can make
They
their
can
own.
make their own.
Then I have to give them two.
No, they take from their friend.
No, somebody take from his friend, make. Yeah.
Okay.
ואין לוחש להפסיק שהיא is החיתת
נגד
ברכה
דיבר.
לאכילה ששיהיה בוועדה בלי דיבר אין חשוב ההפסיק. אבל שבחוי לא ישים כן לצד היועץ הטוב. During the week, the Alter Rebbe said that you should cut into the chal a little bit. So you shouldn't have to wait after the bracha. Make the hefsek between the bracha and the achila less by starting to cut a little bit, but not too much. Shabbos don't cut at all because we want it to be a shalom for Lechem Mishnah. So it's a chiyuv. On Shabbos, it's not just a mitzvah and a muvcher to have a shalom. On Shabbos, it's a chiyuv to have a shalom. Not just have Lechem Mishnah. It's not just two. Should be two shleimim. So, what about the idea of not making a hefsek and you should start to cut a little bit? So during the week we do that. On Shabbos, it's more important for us to make sure we have a shalom. It's more important.
Because of lechem afanim? That's why number one, we make it two.
The man. Loi hifsid alechem mishnah. But the Yaved, it's still considered lechem mishnah. Even if you cut into it, not just you actually cut into it. Shakol she'oich is a prusa v'shara kikar oila ima harehu kashalom holdav. Meikar adin, a shalom is considered anything where you hold the part that you're cutting off, and the other rest of the kikar comes with it. V'ugadaka, you have a thin,
Like a matzah.
yeah, a pita. Gam bechoil ein tzarich lachtich ba koydin shevarak in shehein shehus. You don't need to take a knife and cut into it before the bracha because there's no time. It doesn't take any time to break it. So you don't need to cut first and then. Now, the payal, our minig is that even though it says here not to cut into the challah, you make a mark on the challah. You make a mark. Sinim said over in the name of the Tzemach Tzedek that he said that you don't have to look for where you marked afterwards to cut exactly the mark.
It's like a pnimi avot. It's not like a halacha.
He said something like, maybe like it's at Shaita, I'm not sure what he said, something like, you don't have to look to go exactly in the mark. It's a general area. You're basically showing where am I generally going to cut. You're misamantis of the general area. It doesn't have to be that it goes in that cut.
Because it's the concept of cutting in the place where is the best of the challah. So you're making a sign. This is the best place of the challah. Here I'm going to cut.
Right.
Like remember, you cook from the bottom.
But it's a general simon. It's not that the bediuk m'mokem hazeh.
If you make the simon in the middle of the challah, you have to cut in the middle, or you can start from this corner.
You should make the simon where you're going to cut. Wherever you plan on cutting, you look at it. What's the best part to cut?
You have to look to the well done part.
Right? Yeah.
Usually in the corners.
Today it's really hard to understand. It's all well done, so it's not really like hard to understand.
So we
They
make
obviously
them
didn't bake it so well.
Wasn't evenly heated.
Right. They weren't able to create that the heat could be exact from all the sides.
Yeah.
It's hitting it at the same. Right. So the way they made it, the fire was the flames for one side. It was not
Today's
the
more,
gas. So it's all equal, unless there's some issue sometimes with the holes. It's usually equal the heat. So I'm not sure how this plays out in halacha today. About cutting, where to cut from. I mean, there is a minig, by the way, not to eat the ending pieces.
some
People
don't,
say kashal shikha. It doesn't say it anywhere.
Oh.
It really doesn't say it anywhere. But the Minchas Yitzchak has a tshuva where he says not to be mevatel this minig. He also saw this minig like in Europe and people don't.
He said, take away a small piece from the
ends,
end.
just challah, not cake or anything, just from the challah.
in Israel, they said it's piece of kiss. Chatichat neshika. They call it neshika, the corners.
What does that mean? It's good.
And everybody wanted. You want neshika.
Because I have this lady guest, she comes to me.
She wants
She
all
always
part.
asks me, please, can you pass me the end, please?
I love it.
It's called kasher.
It's harder, yeah.
It's crusty.
Kasher. Kasher. And in the army, this says, in the bar kasher. Kasher bish belechem.
Oh.
You ask him to do this and this. He says, I can't.
It doesn't say it anywhere.
Don't say
It doesn't say it
kasher.
anywhere. There's no mucker for this.
People hold.
Yeah, it's a meaning that people have. There's no clear makar for this.
In the army, they used to give us bread, always old, never fresh from the Sunday. They say it's healthier. Yeah. From 2 days before.
But you can't afford fresh. You say it's healthier.
No, they were
We
getting
believe
every day. My entire that do the same thing. The chefs
Oh,
drives
yeah?
crazy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they used to give us 2 day already.
Why?
Sure.
maybe they get
They
cheap.
torture the
Yeah,
bacher.
yeah. You got to deliver every day. So give us the fresh
It's
bread.
kafia. They want to teach you kafia.
Okay.
I one time heard that Rabbi Chodakov, the Rebbe's chief secretary, he was very frugal. He was famous for being very,
Precise,
Yes.
very
Finished.
frugal. Every little penny was accounted for. So someone told me he heard from him. He said he thinks that there's 3 ways that Lubavitch could save money. So he told, I don't remember I remember 2 of the ways. So one thing is that we shouldn't be wearing any more, buying these hats. They're very expensive, the hats that Chabad wear.
So you
We should
want
go back to the casquette. The Russian casquette is cheaper.
This. Go back to this.
So this is cheap.
So you listen to him. It's good.
I do it because it's more comfortable.
They have some which are more expensive, there's different types. But huh? Right? So this is one thing. The other thing that he said is that we should buy yesterday's bread. It's half price in the bakery. If you go inside, you ask them, "Can I have yesterday's bread?" They give it to you. They have it, but it's 50 cents. It's cheap, half price. So he said it's just the same. Yesterday's bread, and you pay half price. So this is the other way to save money.
You go to the bakery on East 12, what's her name? Krzyzewski, where Sunday,
Gosh, that's good.
they have half a price. That's why I buy a lot of it.
All the leftover.
They don't want to leave it to sell it on Monday, Tuesday. So they have one shelf, even challah, on Friday, and they say half a price. Hey, this I got from them. Usually $7.95, not
Now you
$3.
told me.
I let you go.
You see, it was fine.
I have 2 more if you want. It's a mitzvah.
I don't want to eat it anymore. Stores.
That's the thing.
Thank you. Like more pasta.
Oh, let me do. Well, that's okay.
Zasa.
I've got Ozen going.
Reminds me that when
So you said 2 things. You said the casquette, the bread.
there's a third thing, I don't remember what it was. I remember once we had a share with Rabbi Heller, and
It's the Mohela.
his father. So he's a Rav, Rosh Kollel. So he said, so we were discussing, a shliach, he has a Chabad house, he needs to take a salary. He's taking from his own meisid. He runs the meisid. How much can he take? How much is he allowed to take? We were discussing with him. So he said, you're allowed to take Kedei Chayav. How much you need to live. So he was, discussing. We were discussing. You're allowed to take. What happens if you want to take a vacation? So he said, if it's normal, that it's a normal thing to take a vacation that people do. It's a normal type of vacation, then you could take. So, anyways, he said it's the shear is Kedei Chayav. So So then he said, but not the Kedei Chayav Rabbi Chodakov. Chodakov's Kedei Chayav was very.
Nothing.
It was not for our level, so he wouldn't spend anything. I remember when I went on as a bacher, we went. It was after I was engaged that summer. I went with a chaber. Went to Greece for Merkez Shlichus. We were there for a whole month. We visited cities and islands in Greece, and we were doing shlichus there. It was hard. We didn't speak Greek, but in most places, Americans they speak either Hebrew or English. Here, they really didn't. They spoke mainly
Arabic more.
Greek. So it was very anti-Israel country.
Yes.
I remember then there was things going on in Israel.
Muslim.
Very
I
anti-Israel.
stopped there once. I remember. It's a Muslim quarter.
But Anyways, we went all around and we came back. It was a very big bill. We had to stay every city another hotel. It wasn't fancy hotels in a hotel. We
It's
had to
fun.
rent cars. We were going a lot of places. It was a big bill.
Who covered?
So the
Merkers.
central
Merkers.
Chabad Merkers was covering it. So every summer they send guys around the whole world. They send only places no shliach. So you go to these areas, there's no shliach, and you make a list. You keep a list from all the years, and every bacher adds to the list. And you keep. I met someone here, in that store, that house, this place. Bring this, do this. Bring tefillin, mezuzot. You know what to bring. So you have old lists for people there. Who knows how many years, and everyone puts in their personal notes. And then you find people, and you go to an island. You meet one Jew on the island. So it's very beautiful. They have a lot of beautiful islands there in Greece. So when we came back, I remember I was in the office by Rabbi Katlarski, and his brother also, his younger brother also helps him run the office.
Wow.
And they see the bill that we had. It was $8,000. I don't remember what it was. A lot of money. And you look at the bill, and he said, Rabbi Chodakav's times, they were laughing. They said all the Bachram's bills was this bill.
Right.
Now one group you're spending so much money.
The Rebbe once asked him,
Then he started up laughing about that he didn't want to spend on Tisha B'Av shoes. If he wore some like paper type of shoes for Tisha B'Av, they were laughing about it. I know what the joke was. They were laughing to each other. You remember those shoes he shuffled around in? But he was the Rebbe's right hand man. So
the Rebbe asked him for a raise, for a salary. The Moised, the Rebbe can't afford
He told her again, right?
it. And the Maskiras want to, you remember the telephone that
Right.
they want
The
to,
rotary, the dial. Yeah.
yeah. So no, you can't afford it. This is the most busiest office in the world.
I don't know the story to Rebbe. How do we know what happened?
Every 2 seconds.
How do we know the story to Rebbe happened? I don't know.
I heard it a few times already.
They do say that to the koilo once that he gave like a raise for the salary of the koilo. The koilo was underneath the Rebbe's maskiros, directly under the Rebbe, the koilo, because there was no koilo on Mol Lubavitch. The Rebbe was machadish the idea of the koilo, so it didn't go under the rubric of the regular Lubavitch Moistis. It was something directly under the Rebbe's secretary, the maskiros of the Rebbe. So Rabbi Chataka was the chief of the maskiros. He had to set the salary. Salary was not very high in the koilo, so he gave like a raise. It was a very cheap raise.
It's Hanukkah.
So they said to him, "Chadakah, why did you give a raise like this?" He said, "What do you mean? Kol hanosein b'ayin yafa nosen." It was b'ayin yafa. It was
Yeah.
He looked at it as ayin yafa. He was from Riga, so he spoke with a different,
Accent.
yeah, more yaki.
In his house, he has also fight like this, only for
Yeah, no.
Oh, so this is
His
his.
son, he has a son. He walks around just like him, carbon copy. He looks
Okay.
like
So this his.
it's a
Natural.
teva, yeah, it's a teva. But he was very talented in other areas. He was very talented, and he was a very smart person.
In Chinuch was very smart, very smart. In Chinuch.
And he was very ish side. Ad hayoim, his son will not allow out any of his archives. So none of the archives they have tremendous archives.
That's no good.
We don't know. We don't know what he had, what he didn't have. But he then had tremendous archives as being a maskir, copies of correspondence and different things. And his son-in-law tells me, complains that his brother-in-law doesn't want to let anything out.
It's no good. They have to know what's
Right.
already.
You can't argue with people that they say, they
You know
don't.
the Meruba? That's what he is.
Huh?
That's it. Nothing gonna change.
No, nothing's going to change it. This is people that nothing's
Somebody
gonna
has to
change.
put in his
He was
head.
in 770. Every time with the Rebbe is in 70. So think how many hours he went home to sleep. Very few. Always. Always. If the Rebbe is in 770, he's in 70. Never went. Never.
Even if this,
That's why in the Farbrengen he was sitting.
even with the
His eyes over as like bags of water. Bags.
even with his 80s.
All his life. I remember him as a bocher. I'm there. If you want to know how to set the clock, you look at him. Don't look at it. No, the Rebbe can't do that.
How many years ago he passed away?
The Frierdiker Rebbe was Makai. He was a scholar to the Frierdiker Rebbe. He wasn't from a Chabad family. in Riga, Latvia. He was a very chashuv person there. He became a member of the parliament in Riga for the Jewish representative. He was a big askin, very very big askin. He ran a school there, and he was associated with Torah Derech Eretz with a different. But he got very close to the Frierdiker Rebbe. The Frierdiker Rebbe took him in as his, and he continued by the Rebbe.
If you realize all the people who are in charge of the money next to the Rebbe are Yaki. Like if one involved in Israel, it's a Yaki. All the people who are in charge, like no, right hand to the Rebbe with money, to the penny.
Okay, Mehilchas Derech Eretz.
Used to close his like
Shaloi
shouldn't
Lefzoya Prusa Ketana Vishanire Kitzar Ayin.
where we are.
Sif Dalad.
Milchot Derech Eretz already supposed to come up and make it sound.
V'loi G'doyle Yisem Mekabeya V'choil Shanire Kerafsim. So Kebeya means like 2 ounces, the size of an egg. So you look like you're very hungry. You're going to. It's not menschlich, not too small that you're like a frugal tzar ayin. On the other hand, but Shabbos mitzvah l'tzayah perusa gedoyla shetaspik loy l'chol asuda ve'in locho shel afsanos v'shizbar b'simin reish ayin dalet. I think it says in Mitzvah covered Shabbos that it's not a problem. That it's a covered Shabbos, it's got a big piece. Kol the she'oichel avadei havom oichel b'nei beisei orachim mitzvah muvchel l'tzayah perusa gedoyla kol kach. She'ita l'cholam mesubim me'yoytz nechavasim b'chasim yiprusa zu shebeirech halal v'loi mi'lechem ha'nishim mena.
It has to be very, very big fruits.
That's how many people you have.
Meaning like
Big
this.
colors.
What he's saying actually is that I mean, that's what he's saying is really. What's he saying over here? What should he do when he's eating with other people
Weekday or Shabbos.
during the weekday? Saying,
Right.
"V'oichel me'beisei orachim." So it's
Should be a shirk.
Usually you're not supposed to be a big one because it looks like a Raftan. But because you have a lot of ochim,
So you're not
each one a big piece should be for the whole meal.
Big.
No. He's saying
Should have a shir bracha.
no. I think he's saying that you can cut a very large piece,
From this piece.
and from this piece you'll
You
cut
give
for everyone
everyone,
else.
yeah.
Like you said, you used to cut like a center and then
Mitzvah muvchel tzayah prusa g'doyla kol kach.
הרבה שנים.
She'ita l'chol ha'mesubim hayoysei chevasim b'berchasim mi prusa zu. You'll give to all the mesubim from this prusa shebeirech halal because you made a bracha on that prusa. The one that you cut right after you make the bracha is the one that you made the bracha on. V'loi mehalechem hanishim mena. Interesting. Comes out that the rest of it's not considered the part that you made a bracha on.
So according to this, it's good to cut in the middle of the challah when it's the biggest. The side is very small. The middle is very big. So it's less big, and from this you give everybody.
I don't know if people are noyig this way, but according to
That's
this,
the best way to do
you
it.
should first cut. You should cut off one large piece and then cut into smaller pieces.
Where's the large piece? In the middle of the challah. That's the challah. The middle one is the biggest one.
Seems over here you should cut off a prusa. I mean, cut one time in the middle, let's say, then cut another time,
Right. You have
and then
to.
cut in between. So now I have one big piece, and then I'm cutting from that. So that's the prusa that I made hamaitzi with. And from that piece, I give to everyone. That's how I understand it. Take a look at the Mishabura, but that's what it seems. How much do you have to eat?
That's
So when you give the prus of a maitzi, we're not talking about during the meal you might want to eat a lot, or whatever you might want to eat. But for that maitzi piece that we're giving everyone, how much should you give him? Some say you have to give at least a kazayis, and every person who receives that should eat that in one shot, the kazayis.
Does it look rough then? Take the whole piece.
Not a kabeya, kazayis,
It's
Small.
smaller. V'yei shoymim she'ein tzara kazayis. The second opinion, sharei afilu kol shurei levarech hamaitzi. Some say no. To make hamaitzi on it, you just need a little piece to make a bracha rishayna. You just need a little piece. You're not allowed to eat anything without a bracha, so a little piece is enough. V'dai shetei pris hamaitzi kichatzais. You can even do a half a kazayis. Shaloi, you need a kitzar ayin. You give a little tiny piece, it looks like you're like a stingy.
Cheapo.
Cheapo, it's not nice. So you should give like a chatzi zayis. You don't have to give a kazayis. And that's the meaning. We're not medactic to make sure that every person around the table got a kazayis from the first piece. Later on, people take bread on the table, they take challah, no problem. They take you said you have a few challahs. People you cut other challah because people want to eat, they're hungry. If people want it for the dip, so you can cut more. But from the original challah that you made at Moitzi on, this is the discussion. How much should every person receive? The first sheet says every person should receive a kazayis of that, and he should eat it b'vasachas for chavivos mitzvah. Second, he says no, you don't need to do that. Really, even a kolshu is enough for Moitzi. But shaloyin near a kitzar ayin, give more than that. Give like a chatzi zayis. And that's the minig. He said, we're not medactic to make sure everyone gets a kazayis. To fulfill their shir kazayis, they can take from afterwards from the challah. You don't need to go and give them. You don't need to. You could. Well, nice. A lot of people. You have big challahs. The piece is a kazayis. People give big, large slices, right?
I was thinking right now, if I have two challahs and I have to give everybody kazai, I take the two challahs together, one here. I make one slice, like it's 4 slices. For this, I have enough to give everybody.
Okay.
Right to do it?
Why not?
Now you tell me.
Kol abrachis kula mevorchen oisem b'lashon avar v'loy b'lashon hoive. Kvar hoitzi min haaretz lechem zeh shubala hanis menu tzlashon avar. Kvar bara priza a mazen zeh. This pri and this mazen was already created. Masha mevorchen boyrei v'loy shebara. Boyrei it means hoive.
No, yeah.
Not bara. Mishabayrei mashma gamkein lashon avar. Mishakasav bayrei hashamayim. He created the shamayim. L'chein mevarachim b'lashon hapasik. We want to say better to say hamaitzi, which is a lashon hapasik. L'chein hamaitzi mashma gamkein lashon avar, like bayrei pri ha'etz. So because we want to copy the pasuk bayrei hashamayim. Hamaitzi is also lashon avar because hamaitzi v'chamayim mitzorech halamesh. Hashem took out for you water from a rock. So since hamaitzi can also mean lashon avar, and it's a lashon hapasik, Chazal wanted their lashonis should be similar to the lashon of the pasuk. Mi'ava b'sheish makim litis v'loymer hamaitzi eini meiri lashon avar. Shkasa hamaitzi es mitachas sivas mitzvayim adayin lo hitziim oz. People can make a mistake and think hamaitzi means the asid, the hoiva. V'ashi shloimar shakavanas akash sheteitzu esa et lochem sheteidu kin yishem alekechem. Hu hamaitzi eschem b'lashon avar. Who? Maybe this pasuk is actually lashon avar. So when you will leave, then you realize I'm Hashem who took you out. V'kol makom ayiroi yoyse loimer maitzi lechem shelashim b'vor ala avar.
Take out the hay.
It's better to say Lashon Maitzi Lechem, Shekasu Kel Maitzi Mitzrayim, Ukeshenemer Parshas Bilam Kvar Yatsu, they already left Mitzrayim. Alpha became a Varchan HaMaitzi with a hay. The Shalayla Arab HaOisi Shemem Shala'il Mem Shal Maitzi. The ending of ha'olam. Shek Yisham Tisvalum.
You finish with the mem and then you start moitzi.
Melech ha'olam. There's another Maitzi. Shem lo yitu rebach beinayim tivla achas mehen.
That's why he said the hay.
So you're going to swallow up one of the mems. So you put the Chazal wanted to put a hay on Shekas Agdoila. Put a hay in there. Yeah. So really, it's better to say might see. Because might see is clear that it means Lashon Avar. Hamaitzi, you can make a mistake with it. So he says, but we still say Hamaitzi because of this other advantage that we want to get over here. We don't want to have the two mems.
How about the other brachot? Borei peri adama.
There's no two mems next to each other.
It doesn't finish with a mem.
Lam Maitzi will be the same mem. Maitzi.
Masha oimim lechem min. Happy shiv irvav oisius. Lechem min is two mems.
Yeah.
Lechem min.
You finish
Two mems.
Mem and then start with Torah.
ובפני שלושן הפוסק, מצמיע חוצל והם אלוהי לכם לארץ. שכל הברכס והתפילס תפסו לושן הכוסם בכל נעדיו. שאנשי כזה גדולה set up the brach and tefillas as much as they could aligned with the psukim. V'tzarech lizar litin revach bein lechem bein min. You should make sure that you separate it.
Mina.
Any other two oisis that are shabbos in the brachas. So when it comes to hamaitzi, we don't have a problem with the hay because it is a lashon pasuk. Hamaitzi eschem, because we said earlier, hamaitzi l'chamayim b'tzorach halamish. So hay is a lashon pasuk. We just had a shala. Maybe we should drop the hay and just say maitzi, like we find in another pasuk. That kel maitziyam in Mitzrayim, and that's lashon avar for sure. We still don't do that because of this. We take the other part. They're both psukim. It's not that one's not a pasuk. They're both psukim. Ham maitzi and maitzi are both psukim. We're taking ham, even though maitzi is more clear to be avar. We take ham maitzi for the reason we want to make a revach between. But to go and to say lechem min. To not say lechem min, because we will make them to make some separation, that we're not, because that's the way the pasuk was. You have no pasuk to copy. You have to go we want to go like a. That's the most important thing we see over here is to follow a pasuk, even if it's going to have liya the ois, and even if it's going to not be so clear it's lashon avar. We're going to follow the pasuk. As long as there are psukim that it does say lashon avar, well, even though it's not 100% clear, we'll stick to it because we want to go with the pasuk. What's going to be Rabbi say? Is it going to be a million parrots?
Parents, we're going to have million? Huh?
Doesn't look like.
Did you write down?
Four people.
4? Yeah, I done 4. We're 2 minutes.
What happened with Turo? We used to get guys from Turo. Huh? We used to always have young people that would pop in over here.
No, actually, most of the street.
Is it because of the neighborhood change or something? It's
They have to go sleep early. They have to leave early to go to Washington. From Chicago, they
because
have
the
5
neighborhood
buses.
changed. That's a whole. Flatbush is going to be like the Lower East Side one day.
Your colonel is staying open tomorrow, right?
I had one guy ask me if we're going to.
If I'm going to go?
Besrifka made a big mess up with the whole thing.
No, yes or no?
They said that the Rabbanim said it's not for Besrifka, but then some girls wanted to go, so then they're letting girls go. They're saying girls that want could take off. I don't know. I told my daughter I don't think it's for her to go.
The Heter in World War II, the Rabbanim went,
The rabbis march.
They went on Shabbos. They went to march. So people are saying that this is what's happening now is just like the equivalent of Nazi Germany. So Kristallnacht. So if if the Rabbanim then went to march, why is it usher to march now?
Right. Right,
But
100%.
the yeshiva says, you want to go, but the yeshiva is open.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'll bet you Chaim Berlin is not letting anybody go. During the
No,
Soviet
if your parents want to go take you, they let.
Maybe the rabbis.
They never did.
The rabbis march.
Not this
No,
time.
Maybe all the Rosh Hashiva should go.
They'll accomplish
The
more by staying away.
literary yeshivas don't let them
Not
go.
so sure what the exact. Who knows what?
Say something.
What are you saying?
The literacy yeshivas don't let them go. From what I
They're
heard.
not going.
How about
Not,
this?
supposedly not.
No, they're not going to let Yeshiva Bachman go anywhere.
You have to learn. Matzah and Magna.
Listen, you don't know what's going to be. Maybe there's going to be Palestinians coming to protest, counter-protest. I don't know. Like, you have to know what the cheshbon is with this whole thing. You know, listen, I'm not a big person to
I
say.
have a big security.
I'm saying, what's the cheshbon? If this is going to help, it's not going to help. Some guy had a brain
We have to
surgery.
rely-
War,
We-
not only
How many are they going to have? A big crowd?
they expect
I don't know.
everything.
We have to
Tuesday, it's
rely
not a
just
Sunday.
like
What was
this
the-
Baruch Hu, not on America, not the problem. We have to rely on Kodesh Baruch Hu, not on America. And they're relying on America. That's where they're going to Washington, which is wrong.
What's the cheshbon of a Tuesday? Why is it in the middle of the week? Anyone know?
It's
Amen.
nothing to Rosh Chodesh yet.
Rosh
Whatever.
Chodesh?
Yeah.
Same people working. I don't know what the cheshbon is. A lot of people can't come. Why did they make on a Sunday?
People from Chicago.
Maybe no one in
left
the White,
today.
no one's in the White House on Sunday.
People from
No.
Chicago.
Okay,
No one's in
guys,
Washington on Sunday.
Three buses from
Thank you.
Chicago. They have 3-4 buses. They charge $50. They give you also meat. Driving the whole night. We start already tonight.
Yeah?
already. Yeah.
Wow.
For my.
You're going tomorrow?
I wish I can go.
How far is the drive from here? 4 hours, right?
What?
Very well.
Here.
Washington? No, it's more. 4 hours. 4.5 hours.
Depends on
From
the
Chicago.
What was the
Okay.
cheshbon? I'm just wondering, something happened this Tuesday. What was the cheshbon on Tuesday?
People
People work. I mean, I don't know what the cheshbon. People can have.
If you go the
People
day, it's for expensive.
A lot of people took off.
Could be because this Rav Herschel Schachter from YU, he proclaimed that
Fast day today.
So the next day, you know,